How's it going, people? I hope you all doing well. For those who don't know, my name. Yes, sorry for that, people. Still having issues, setting up the stream, but yeah, I'll get used to it in due course. Once again, welcome to another video. This time it's the Gameweek 2 Deadline stream. I'll be taking you through everything that you need to know. Uh, More importantly, going through my tips, my team rather, and my plans and my plans for the future transfers. Please let me know if I'm audible. Just give me a thumbs up in the chat. Gonna quickly make sure if I'm audible. Yes. This is my team. This is currently my team for the week. Last week we can quickly go through how my team did. I got 64 points last week. Not many returns from the defense. Only Ben White coming in with the clean sheet points. No bonus points for him. In midfield, only Bukayo Saka returned with a double figure as my captain. He came in with 12 points, but as a captain, you double your score. So I got 24 points from Bukayo Saka. Then Garnacho played the last half an hour for Manchester United, 29 minutes, and he got an assist. He should have actually gotten a goal at the end there from a Rashford cross. Some people say the cross was bad, but yeah, you should finish your dinner, Alejandro Garnacho. Then my strike force was the one that saved my team, to be fair. Kai Havertz, he's my differential, came in with a goal and assist as well, 3 bonus points. So yeah, I'm very excited with the pick. I took the risk and I went against the Alexander Isak picks, who's owned by more than 50 something percent of the game. So far, good start for Havertz, even though Isak did get a bit unlucky with the red card for Newcastle, but I will take that all day long. Last for my forwards was Ellen Haaland with 7 points. I'll take the 7 points, to be fair, away to a big six team still, even though Chelsea look like they are in a bit of a mess. But yeah, a goal and a bonus point away from home for Erling Haaland. I'll take that, even though his main rival is Salah for the game. He got more points. Who he was playing, Haaland's this week's captain. This week's team, which is Ipswich Town. Okay, my team this week. Let me try to adjust the screen so that we can see properly. Yeah, that's much better. My team. Thank you, Karabo, on the chat for letting me that you can hear me. My team for this week, I haven't made any transfer yet. I don't think I'll be making transfers. I'll be rolling my transfer and going into Game Week 3 with more information. I think that's more valuable than chasing players who got good points, because that's just a knee-jerk reaction. So in goalkeeper, I have Dean Henderson. He'll be in my team until I wildcard, I believe. He conceded 2 goals last week away to Brentford, which I didn't expect much, to be fair. But he got 2 points, which means he did have 3 save points. So Henderson's fixtures are still looking good, apart from those 2 red fixtures in Game Week 3 and in Game Week 7, which are Chelsea and Liverpool. I don't expect much clean sheets, to be fair, for Henderson, because Crystal Palace are losing a lot of players. They've lost Anderson, who previously was on loan to Fulham, but now I think they signed him for around 30 to 40 million pounds. So yeah, and they might lose Mark Gay as well. So that doesn't bode well for my defense. But 3 of their next 4 fixtures are home. So yeah, hopefully he can save a penalty or get a clean sheet, except against Man United, of course, because I'm a Man United fan, as you can see. Yeah, I need not say much about my goalkeeper, so I'll move on to my outfield squad. My defense, I have Ben White. For me, he will be a set and forget, meaning that he will play almost every fixture for me. I am willing to hedge my bet against the Trent Alexander owners. I do think Trent has the better fixtures and is the better FPL pick. But Ben White finished with 182 points last season, four goals and 5 assists. And I believe most of them came second half of the season. So yeah, I still think Ben White can get 200 points. His fixtures, not so good to be fair, especially 3 of the next 4 away to Villa, Spurs, and City. So not much clean sheets in there for Chelsea, but I mean for Arsenal, but they still have a home game to Brighton. They have a home game to Brighton next week, so that hopefully that's where he can get me a goal and assist in probably one of those big clashes against Villa, City, or the North London derby. So yes, Ben White's fixtures are not so good, but I am willing to keep him because I'm not thinking that I will be wildcarding anytime soon. Looking to carry my wildcard at least until game week 8 so that I can have more information. Yes, and there will be a whole lot of fixture swings. My second pick is Anthony Robinson, who plays for Fulham. He was on my bench last week because he was playing United, so I didn't see a clean sheet, even though the goal came lucky. I mean, not lucky, late rather. It came late through Joshua Zexi. And Robinson, I believe, was up there in the bonus point system. But I am happy that he lost his clean sheet because United won the game. They could have conceded early, to be fair, because Bruno missed 2 sitters in the beginning. In the first half, Casemiro both times put him through, but yeah, he could not finish. Feel free to ask me any question on the chat. I will reply. Anything does not have to be fantasy related. Any questions, and I will be free to reply to those. My last pick in defense is Murillo dos Santos, who plays for Nottingham Forest. He's a center half, not much goal threat. As you can see, his XGI is 0, so no goal involvement last week. I don't expect much, but his fixtures are looking good. And Forest were good defensively, to be fair, last year. They just did not have a good number 1 goalkeeper. So hopefully Sales can become that number 1. Or with Forest, you never know. Like I said, they can buy a goalkeeper anytime. With Aaron Ramsdale still there, looking for a club. I believe he'll get a club in the next week. So I saw yesterday David Ornstein did link him to Wolves, I believe. Yes, to Wolves. So yeah, we'll see on that. But playing Southampton, I think Southampton get a goal at home, to be fair, because, a newly promoted side back at home, first game, they'll be hyped for it. So I think Southampton can get a goal, but you never know. Yeah, I decided to just pick him because of the fixtures. My playing style is mainly fixtures over form. I believe that fixtures do breed form. So hopefully with these fixtures, I can get a decent amount of points for the price bracket of 4.5 defender. In midfielder, I have 2 Man United players, Garnacho and Rashford. I still haven't seen the team news yet. As of yet, I'm still scrolling on X, as it's called these days, to see if there are any Man United team news. Not yet that I've seen, but yeah, I am willing to keep Garnacho even if he does not start, just like last week, because I know that he's one of Ten Hag's favorite players and he will play himself into the team anytime, sooner rather than later, if he does not start today. I believe that he's also impactful coming off the bench. He can get the goal and an assist, so he doesn't need much time. You can see he only played 29 minutes, and his XG goal involvement was 0.07, which is so good for someone only playing 29 minutes. Granted that 0.68 XG was created was generated mainly by the miss he got at the end there. He should have buried that, to be fair. And we could be talking a different story because he could be on 11 points now and be one of the most transferred players. United fixtures. I am a bit optimistic this year as a United fan. I've always wanted Ten Hag to stay because I believe that we did not have a good enough backing of the manager for him to succeed. I think every club or most big clubs have a foundation whereby they build to allow the manager to excel. If you look at Arsenal, they finished 8th twice, but they knew what they were doing with Arteta, and now at least they are challenging for the title. So I believe United in the next couple of years, hopefully they can close the gap, because now we have, or so it looks, we have people who can run the club better than the previous regime. So 3 of our next fixtures are away: Brighton, Southampton, and Crystal Palace. We didn't do much good away from home last year. Whether it was against a big team or small team, we just did not create enough chances. Hence, we finished the season with -1 goal difference. So having 2 United players is just me being a fan, because playing the game, you also have to enjoy it. I know you should pick the best players all the time, but yeah, I enjoy having a player from my team, because I can cheer them to scoring, and I will have a double whammy of points and the team winning. Today's game against Brighton will be a very tough one. I don't know what United to expect. I hope that we do play very well. I'm not sure if Ten Hag will make any changes, because he does not make any changes. He likes continuity. So if you would ask me to guess now, probably Garnacho might be the only change to the team, but I think Ten Hag will go as is, because if it ain't broken, he's definitely not going to fix it. That's just my opinion, but we'll have to wait and see for the team news, which are going to come out in the next 30 minutes. Make sure you lock in your teams, because there's only 17 minutes before deadline, guys. Only 17 minutes. So make sure you don't make those late transfers and make transfers that you will regret. I will quickly go through Rashford. Marcus Rashford, where do I begin? I chose him over the likes of Eze, Nkunku, who's very much the flavor of the month. Not very good stats from the first game. XGI, goal involvement of 0.01. He could have had an assist at the end, as I said. But hopefully he can get much space when we play these teams away, because I believe he's still our outlier on the left. As a player, I do not rate him as much as I did previously, because I do think he still makes the same mistakes as he did 3 or 4 years ago. Run into blind alleys, run to the bar line, and whip the ball across the face of goal. So hopefully Marcus Rashford can pull through this game week and get me a goal or an assist. This is just mainly hope, but he has good record against Brighton. If you remember when we beat them in lockdown, we chopped and changed and took Ben White to the cleaners, and he loves a goal against Liverpool at OT. So yeah, that's it for Rashford. I'll be keeping him for the near future. I will be trying to play patient this year, Try to keep like 5 transfers, and yeah, just be patient. Cole Palmer, he's my big differential, even though he's 34% own. I'm not sure if you guys can still see my screen. I'm not sure if you guys can still see my screen. Yes, I take it now. You can. Cole Palmer, he's my differential pick. Got the most point last year. Got that price hike from being 5 million to 10.5, which is the joint most, I believe, 10.5 million. I still think he'll be a value for that price bracket. He was playing Man City at home. He only just came from the Euros, and yeah, didn't have much preseason. So I am looking forward to see him getting involved, because if Chelsea score, I believe Cole Palmer will be very much in the center of it. I know that people are criticizing Chelsea by having so many players, but yeah, they just have so many good players that it will eventually click, especially in some games. So I see them scoring a couple of goals in their next. Yeah, their fixtures are just so good. If you can look at their fixtures going to game week 7, they have Wolves away, Palace home, Bournemouth away, West Ham away, which is a derby, but you fancy Chelsea attack, and they have Brighton and Forest at home, which are also good fixtures for the attack. And Chelsea still get penalties. Even they did get one on Thursday night against Soviet, I believe, in the Europa Conference League qualifier. So yeah, when you get penalties, we know Mr. Cold will be there. So hopefully Cole Palmer can get me those double figure holes and shoot me up the rankings. My second last pick in midfield is Jacob Murphy. That was mainly to cover the Southampton fixture last week at home, but he only played 29 minutes, even though he did start the game. He played 29 minutes because they got a red card, Fabian Schär. So yeah, he was the one being sacrificed in order for them to replace Jacob Murphy with a defender. So hopefully he will still get the faith of Lee Howe. And he's just a short-term pick. I could easily swap him for Emil Smith Rowe today, but I was not happy with how Smith Rowe's minutes are shaping up, only playing 60 minutes. That tells me that Marco Silva doesn't want to take a risk with him, so he's still going to manage his minutes. So in that time, I will keep Murphy, hopefully, for this week and that home fixture to Spurs. A side note is that Sandro Tonali is returning next week, so that is more competition for Newcastle. So yeah, Jacob Murphy hopefully gets me points. He's gonna be one of my first transfer, I believe. It was just for the first few game weeks. My last pick in midfield is Bukayo Saka. Yeah, what can I say about Bukayo Saka? Came in from the Euros straight into the team. We know Arteta likes to play him. He'll play him in one leg. He plays almost every game for Arsenal. He's their talisman. He's on corners. He's on some set pieces. And he's on penalties. Good stats. What I like about Saka, his XG and XA are very, very much high. For this is a very good XA of having nearly 0.4 of the first game. So if you look at his XG is 0.72. That's a whole lot of routes to points for Saka. So yeah, I'm happy to have Bukayo Saka. I'll have him for as much as he's fit, I think. For the Arsenal attack, these fixtures don't really scare me. I still believe Arsenal can get a goal or two in almost all these fixtures. I see them scoring. They didn't actually score a goal last year against Villa. They lost both fixtures. So I believe today they'll get a goal or two. And if Arsenal get the goal, it's most probably Bukayo Saka in the center stage of it. Going into the strike force, yeah, Kai Havertz, he's my differential as well. I like having Arsenal number 9, not Arsenal number 9, but I like having a number 9 from a team that's challenging a league. And when he comes in at 8.0, okay, he's moved up to 8.1 this week, which is money in the bank for me. Mula mula. I like Havertz because he'll play almost every game as well for Arsenal. If he doesn't play number 9 and Jesus goes to number 9, they'll remove a midfielder. He'll drop into the number 8. He's there in the box for corners, for set pieces. I mean, yeah, Havertz, hopefully he can give me more goals. If Arsenal are to win a league and they are not going to sign a striker, I think they need someone to score 20 goals a season. If that's not Saka, I think that will be Kai Havertz. Already has 1 goal, 1 assist, so he's going better than a return a game so far, and he's only just begun. So yes, Kai Havertz, set and forget for now, at least for the next 2 to 3, 4 game weeks. Maybe I might change him to Ollie Watkins. Villa's fixtures are so good after the Arsenal game. Like I said, I'm a fixtures person. I believe good fixtures breed good form. So having Leicester, Everton, Wolves, I mean, that's just good fixtures for Villa. So Villa will be the team that I'm targeting in the next couple of weeks. My last pick is my captain, the big man, Haaland, up there. I chose him over Salah because of the captaincy. I'm going to captain him for most weeks from now on. Home to Ipswich, I think he gets a goal or 2, and that's just me being kind. I believe he gets 10 to 15 points. Haaland, if you have Haaland, don't overthink it. He's the best captaincy this week. If you want to play your triple captain, go ahead, play Alan Haaland. I wouldn't be one to go against that. But for me, I believe it's still early, and I think there are going to be more opportunities. Granted that my triple captain, just like most people's, doesn't do very much well because most big points come from players in single game weeks randomly. So yeah, if you have Erling Haaland owned by 55, almost 55% of the game, 15 million probably will rise in price today. CT have so many rotation risk in attack, and Haaland is not one of them. So for me, I'll captain him definitely in game week 2, which is against Ipswich, and game week 4 against Brentford. Next week, my captain will probably be Saka again because I like to captain players at home and players who are on penalties. So Salah and Haaland rotate very well for me in the first 4 game weeks. Then we might be looking at Liverpool because, yeah, their fixtures from game week 4 will be great as well. As you can see, there are Forest, Bournemouth, Wolves, and Crystal Palace at away. So, yeah, I might go for Liverpool. Speaking of my only Liverpool pick, Jarrell Kwanzaa, he's already dropped in price. So now I can only go down to a 4.0 pick, which there aren't many great 4.0 picks. If you're a 4.0 defender, it just says a lot because you probably don't play much or you play for a team that concedes a lot of goals. So, yeah, he will be a transfer out to downgrade if I need money elsewhere. But I will just keep him from now, even though he's going to drop in price, especially if he doesn't play tomorrow, which I expect him not to play because he was removed in the first at halftime. Sorry. And yeah, he also is yellow flagged. He's flagged with 75% chance of playing with a knock. So I'm not sure if that's Arne Slot saying that he's going to drop him or he's actually injured. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But I'm not too worried because I have no 4.0 defender. I have Yezri Konza, who's going to come straight into the team from game week 3. Like I said, the fixtures are very good for for Villa, so I just want to have Villa players from next week. I might actually downgrade Jacob Murphy to what's his name from Villa. Give me a second. I will tell you just now. Who's a 5.0? Oh, Morgan Rogers, I believe. Yes, Morgan Rogers. If I still want to keep Havertz from next week going on, I might sign Morgan Rogers. He plays left wing for Villa, 5.0, which is a very much a bargain. He was bought, I think, from the Championship in Jan, so he was still being integrated to the team last week. But now I think he'll be first choice because they lost Diaby. And who else is a threat on the left side for Villa? I don't think there's much threat on the left side for Villa. Granted, Jacob Ramsey is still there. Who's a good footballer? I love Jacob Ramsey, but he was hampered by injury for the last year or so. So yeah, I still have big expectation for Jacob Ramsey. To be fair, I think he's a good footballer, very tidy and neat. Yeah, so I might go for him. So my other pick will be my 15th player, Jefferson. He will be my third, Daniel Jefferson. I don't think I'll ever play him. He's just a 4.5 dud who's just there to make up numbers, because I believe there's more value in midfield than there is forwards. Granted, they are good forwards now. Give me a second. There's 3 minutes to deadline, so make a transfer if you haven't made them yet. Lock your teams, everybody. For me, I am not gonna be making a transfer. I'm just gonna go through X for the last time to see if there are any United team leaks. I was hoping that I would see any early United team leaks. Not that I can see. Yeah, so it means that I will still be going. Even if Garnacho is benched, I'm still going to go with Garnacho because he can still get a goal and assist off the bench, to be fair. So, yeah, I'm going to stick with Garnacho. Just a minute left, just over a minute left, sorry, until deadline. As time goes on, guys, I will be improving my channel, and yes, you will be seeing a countdown there to the deadline stream. And as promised, I will be making pre-recorded videos. I'm still fixing my setup, so yeah, be patient with me. That will be done in due course. But for the time being, I'm just doing the deadline stream and the look back or review stream, which I do on Sunday night after the last game. So if you're enjoying my content, make sure you like the video, guys. It helps with the algorithm so that more people can start looking and seeing my channel. That will be very much helpful. And also, most importantly, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, just so you know when I go live. Minute left to deadline. I'm just gonna refresh my page for the last time. Yes, team is locked. Haaland captain. I'm not gonna overthink it, like I said. Yes, I'm not gonna overthink the pick. Haaland is gonna be captain for me. Any questions? Feel free to ask me on the chat, guys. I see there's 4 people watching, which is more than the 1 person I had last week. So yes, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Ask me anything. What am I doing for the weekend? After here, I'm just gonna be watching the Man United game, and yeah, all the good stuff. And then tomorrow, I'll be traveling long distance. So yeah, I'll see you guys also, like I said, in the review stream later tomorrow when I come back. Hopefully United would have won and we would have all got green arrows, because that's all we want, right? I'm gonna check on my mobile if The FPL site is locked because I do not want to refresh my screen. Yes, it is locked, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Green Arrow, everybody. Hopefully, we can all do well. And yes, good luck all. Just before I leave the stream, like I said, feel free to ask me anything on the chat. If you want to know anything about me, I will tell you, so long as we keep it respectful, of course. Yes, I will tell you. Is there anything that I can go through before I stop the stream? Yes, we have good fixtures today. As you can see, in South Africa, we have Gold Rush on SuperSport. So I enjoy watching that. Only if United isn't part of it, because I don't like watching when the commentators go to another team if they score when my team is playing. So thank goodness United is starting now at 1:30 local time in SA. And thereafter, I'll be able to watch all these nice games. Probably going to watch the City one because I have Haaland as captain. So, yes. And the Arsenal Villa one is the big one for me. I have 3 Arsenal players. I believe that Arsenal can actually get a win this time. I can actually go through my predictions quickly. This will give you an idea of how I think which players will do well. Brighton United versus Manchester United. This one is hard to call because you don't know which United might turn up. We might get there and concede early goals and be taken to the cleaners. Before we know it, it's 2-3-0 to Brighton. But Brighton, I should add that first 15 minutes last week, they were on the ropes. Dwight McNeil missed the sitter. So goals change games. I know it's a cliche, but if Everton score that goal, you don't know what happens. So yeah, we beat them last year, but to be fair, it was a nothing game. It was the last game of the season. Brighton were on the beach. Roberto De Zerbi was about to leave the club, and Man United were looking forward to the FA Cup final. And we normally never win at the Amex since they came back, I believe, except last season because, yeah, last season it was the last game of the season and nobody cared about the game. So United, you better win today. You better win. Get the W, man. Performance don't matter. Just get the 3 points. Go into the Liverpool match with 6 points. And yeah, it's a big, big match next week at Old Trafford. Man United, Liverpool. Biggest game in England. So yeah, come on, United. Hopefully we can get into that game with 6 points. Crystal Palace versus West Ham. I see that there will be goals in this game. Crystal Palace played very well. To be fair, they should. They were unlucky, especially the as owners last week. They were very unlucky to not get to not get a goal at least or an assist because Edward scored from an Eze pass. Excuse me, but he was offside. So if you owned Eze last week, you were very, very unlucky. But yeah, for me, I was happy, of course. So I think this game will end 2-1 West Ham. 2-1 West Ham because, yeah, West Ham also bought well, man. And I'm just worried a bit for Palace because they lost Anderson at the back. Tomorrow might be Mark Gay's last game. So, yeah, it might be his last game because it looks like a deal to Newcastle is very close. So they don't have a lot of defenders. Granted, they did buy defenders actually, but nobody knows them. And yeah, you're just losing so much experience, Premier League proven for so much people that have played little to none Premier League football. So yeah, for West Ham, I like Jared Bowen. To be fair, he was the close pick with Rashford. Had I chosen Morgan Rogers at 5 million, I could have upgraded Rashford to what's his name, Jared Bowen. I think is a quality player. Always scores over 10 goals a season. He's not even on penalties, and he always get double figure goals. So if you want a pick from West Ham, go for Jared Bowen. Fulham versus Leicester. Yeah, Fulham played tidy, but no end product against United. I don't think they did actually threaten us. Granted, they did have a couple of 3-on-1 situations, but it was our mistakes. If Garnacho doesn't carelessly lose the ball from our own set piece, they don't even get that chance to go through. Okay, Ahmad Traore did go past Alessandro Martinez in the first half, but Mazraoui did well to have the cover tackle there. So yeah, I think Fulham will win this match, but Leicester were very poor. I think Leicester will be the team that I target. I'll be captaining most players or picking players that are playing Leicester, because Spurs should have won 4-5 by that first half. But like it's a cliche, no two halves are the same. No two halves are the same. So that's why it's a 45 minutes each half. No two halves are the same. And Leicester came well. They grew into the game. Vardy scored and should have actually scored the second goal. Then I think Bentancur got a head injury and they lost the momentum thereafter. Leicester. So yeah, 1-1. They deserved the 1-1, but that first half worried me. I'd be worried if I was a Leicester City fan. But they did buy Bananete on loan from Brighton and Jordan Ayew. So hopefully it will assist them. And you have Premier League legend, OG for me, Hall of Famer, Jamie Vardy. Man, yeah, what a story. The guy absolutely takes me through the years, man. Remembering that 2016, 2015? Yeah, when they won the league, 2015-16 season. Jamie Vardy, he was absolutely unplayable. I remember him actually scoring, was he equaling or beating Ruud van Nistelrooy's record when he scored against us to score 11 consecutive games? That record still stands, and yeah, it will take some doing. Even Haaland hasn't beaten that, to score in 11 consecutive Premier League games. Yeah, that's just incredible. Jamie Vardy, good luck to him. Man City, Ipswich. Yeah, that's the game where the goals will be. I see nothing less than a 3 to 4 goals for City, and that's me being kind. It can be how many do you want? I know it's also a cliche that goals change games, but yeah, if City get the early goal, the floodgates might be open. So yeah, for Ipswich, who did I like from Ipswich last year? I think Omari Hutchinson played tidy, very tidy footballer. They got Breuer from Chelsea, and they also signed Calvin Phillips, but he can't play today because he was loaned from Man City, so that's his parent club. So yeah, Ipswich. I just need to see more of them, then I can have more of an opinion. But yeah, today, if they can play the best game of their lives, they are not getting anything from the Etihad. Southampton, Forest. I have a player for Forest there, so I'll be hoping for a clean sheet. Southampton played well even before Newcastle got a red card last week. So they should have gotten something of the game, which shows that they don't have much firepower if they can't beat 10-man Newcastle for the last 60 minutes of the game. But this time they are home, back at St. Mary's Stadium. Yeah, I think the ground will be buzzing there for them to see the Saints back in the big time. But Forest, they are getting better in continuity, not signing a lot of players. So yeah, I think they can do well in terms of them avoiding the relegation bet, finishing 15 or 14 there. So my prediction, I will say 2-1 Forest. They just have the know-how of Premier League. Yeah, 2-1 Forest. Chris Wood and Morgan Gibbs-White. Those are your picks if you want Forest picks. Spurs Everton, I think that's going to be a good game as well. We know Sean Dyche's team has been complaining that he does not have any players, and yeah, they have a lot of injuries in defense. Tarkowski is a doubt. I think Gerard Brandwaite is injured, who was wanted by United, who I think is a good player, but he's never a 70 million pound player. So I'm happy that United are actually making the right decisions that we can actually sign 2 center halves in Euro and delete for almost the same price as we could have if we signed Jared Brandwaite. So the old United regime would have put the money on. We would have still not signed Brandwaite. We would have signed him injured for 90 million because it's British tax. So yeah, you know how it moves. So thank goodness we have a man like Dan Ashworth there for United making the footballing decisions. So now we can go back to supporting the team and hopefully we can improve. Yeah, look at me talking about United again. I am actually speaking about Everton. I think Spurs played well. If they played like they did at home to Everton, like they did against Leicester, I think they'll do well. To be fair, I see them scoring 2 to 3 goals. Solanke, if you have Solanke, I think that's just bad luck because Solanke was never injured. He never missed a game last year for Bournemouth, I believe, and now he's injured in the second game for Spurs. So if you had Solanke, yeah, it's bad luck. There were striking options there. You could easily sideways move to João Felipe Mateta, who's also 7.5, or you can downgrade to Munoz for Fulham, or you can even go down to your likes of Jamie Vardy, who was a popular transfer after the Solanke injury news. This will allow you to upgrade in midfield, maybe if you want Saka or Foden, who I believe will start again now for City. So yeah, you can play around with it. The last game for today will be Aston Villa versus Arsenal. Shame about the Arsenal. Do. It's funny that I have 3 Arsenal players and the one team that I don't like the most, to be fair, is Arsenal because I grew up with that rivalry, early 18s, Invincibles, Arsenal versus Man United, Van Nistelrooy, Pizzagate. Yeah, man, that's when I started falling in love with the game. Like proper players, mate. Proper midfield players. Like what's this? Roy Keane, Paul Scholes for United against Freddie Ljungberg for Arsenal, Pires, Vieira, Thierry Henry. Like, yeah, man, those were the good old days. But yeah, Arsenal, I think today they will actually get the win against Villa. Them not scoring a goal and losing both fixtures. I think that's what lost them the league last season. So they'll come into this game with a point to prove. And yeah, Villa back at Villa Park, first time as Champions League in the Champions League for as many years as I can ever remember. So Villa Park is a very good ground. The stadium will be buzzing. Remember that all the teams that are playing home will be their first home game. So expect big atmospheres as they have not seen their team play at home this season. So yeah, it's going to be a good game. I think Villa will score, but I can see Arsenal scoring 3 goals. To be fair, they are just a well-oiled machine. They don't get too many injuries, which is you can call it luck or you can call it what, but yeah, man, they have the best FPL picks for me because they don't rotate a lot like City. Good price points. They score many goals. They have the best defense. So I'll say 3-1. Spurs against Everton. If I did not predict that, I will say 3-1 as well because Everton, they could make it a cagey game, but yeah, okay. I'll quickly go through the Sunday fixtures before I leave the stream. Tomorrow we have Bournemouth versus Newcastle. I have one player, Jacob Murphy, in that, so I will have an attention to that. Bournemouth lost Dominic Solanke, but they got replaced him with a new striker from Porto, I believe. So he will come straight into the team. It looks like it. And yeah, I like what Iriola has done. He hadn't won a game in the first 10 of last year, but thank goodness for their sake, they stuck and they had the faith with him. So now he's completely revamping that team. And yeah, actually, Aaron Ramsdale was linked to Bournemouth, not Wolves. Sorry, yeah, remembering that David Ornstein linked Ramsdale to Bournemouth. I believe they are making good signings, but he's getting his own players. He's a very good coach, Spanish coach. in those Mikel Arteta trajectory, I believe, even though he's coaching a small team. So yeah, I'm just quickly looking on Twitter or X to see the United team news, to see if Garnacho is starting, but I doubt he is. The team news are out, and we go as is. I did predict this. I know Ten Hag doesn't change a winning team. He might go like this for the next 8 weeks if we win. He doesn't have the cojones to change it up because you had to play at least. I know Maguire played well, and but you have to start putting in De Ligt in there to get used to the pace of the league. But yeah, I can't complain. We've been crying for continuity for United. We did finally get that unchanged team. Finally, we've been absolutely decimated by injuries last year. We could not get a back four. So happy to see Onana playing in front of the same back four. If you don't know the team, it's Onana, Mazraoui, Maguire, Martinez, and Dalot, who's playing left back. And in midfield, we have Casemiro and Kobe Manu as the double pivot. And on the wings, we have Ahmad Diallo, Marcus Rashford, and playing as number 10 and 9 is Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes, respectively. Coming into the Newcastle team, there's not much to judge Newcastle from. They didn't create much chances, but they got a 10-man and they got a victory. So yeah, I see Isak actually doing well, so I am scared. That's the one player that I'm scared of not owning, even more than Salah. Yeah, I'm just going to have to hide behind the couch because I think Alexander Isak is so good as a footballer, man. So good with his dribbling. He can play run beyond the defense, good with pace, quick feet, just an ultimately all-round world-class footballer that, you're going to have to pay over 120 million to get him out of Newcastle. He's just that good. Prediction for this, I'll go as draw 2-2. 2-2. I see goals in there. So hopefully Jacob Murphy comes through for me. Chelsea Wolves, or Wolves Chelsea rather. Wolves played well against Arsenal, but for the previous years, they just don't have much firepower. Wolves, they have tidy footballers in midfield. Gomez, I think. They also have Mario Lamina in midfield. Very good footballers who can keep the ball, but in front, they don't have, since they lost Raul Jimenez to that head injury, they've just not replaced him. Granted, Wan Hee-chan is doing well for them. He looks like he is taking that talismanic figure since they've lost Pedro Neto to, guess who? Chelsea. Segue. I'm getting good at this, ladies and gentlemen. Segue Chelsea. Pedro Neto playing his former club. I don't think he'll start. I think Chelsea will also might go unchanged as well. Cole Palmer on the right, Jackson up front, with who played on the left for Chelsea last week? Oh, Nkunku. I believe that'll be the team. I think Chelsea will do well, man. I know people are hating. I don't want them to do well, but like they just have so many quality players, it will eventually click. And whether people like it or not, the way they treat their players, it's inhuman. But sometimes you got to be tough to run a business and make those decisions. Because looking at United, taking it back to United, we can't get rid of players like Lindelof, Harry Maguire, because they are on huge wages. We had to even pay Wan-Bissaka to leave the club because we pay these players so much wages that when it's time to get rid of them, the players want to sit on their contracts. So yeah, John Meto and Richard Arnold left us in a mess. They left us in a mess, but hopefully Ineos can fix this. So the score prediction, 2-1 Chelsea, 2-1 Chelsea. I think Chelsea will win this. The last game, Liverpool against Brentford. Liverpool started off iffy, or maybe Ipswich were just too good in the first half. But yeah, they got tired, and Liverpool's class showed at the end. Mo Salah still running down the wing, getting points. Jota, one of the best finishers for me in the league, if not the. He's up there, top 3 finishers. He's a gunman, Diego Jota. He's just injury prone. If he can stay fit, he will easily get 20 goals in that Liverpool team. So Liverpool they played very well. Anfield will be rocking Super Sunday fixture against Brentford, who are actually good team, who have had the most crosses in the box last year. So yeah, that's why I think Konate will start with Van Dijk there at the back. So Jared Kwanzaa will not be playing for me. So I see a routine 3-1 Liverpool victory for me there. That's it for my prediction, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me in this lovely, beautiful day here in South Africa. Yeah, deadline is passed. United team is in. Yes, so that's it for me. So if you liked my stream and my video, make sure, if you enjoyed my video, make sure to like it and you subscribe to the channel. This will help me and it will also help you to know when I'm going live if you also hit the notification bell. So once again, thank you very much. I will see you tomorrow on the review stream. Good luck, everybody, and happy green arrows. Peace.